Friday. Where the white dude at? Let me tell you, y'all should be down here at WBCP. We be having such a great time. But if you want to know where he at, there he is.
Right here.
That's Mike Cox. This place is crazy. Let me see. Joe Stovall will be here shortly. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. Let me see where my paper at. All right, NFL training camps open up this week. We got 2 weeks, count them, 2 weeks to the first preseason football game. I cannot wait. Also, Ray Rice, he's got suspended for the first 2 games of the season for knocking out his wife in the elevator. Plus, he got fined a whole bunch of money, too.
Not that much, because it was the old contract, not the new one.
All right. Ray Allen. Now, I thought he retired, or was thinking about retiring. Anyway, he's looking at, he's thinking about joining LeBron James in Cleveland. Everybody want to go to Cleveland now. What's up with that?
Well, Ray was also checking out overseas.
Man, what? He
China.
He been in the league, 19 years?
Something like that.
He need to go sit down somewhere. All right, what else we got here? Chris Paul, he's talking about boycotting this upcoming season if Sterling has not been removed as owner of the Clippers. And finally, the Ohio State marching band chief, he got fired. Have you seen the YouTube thing of the marching band doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk? You seen it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it is.
Also, let me see what else is going on today. Governor Pat Quinn will be in the studio a little later on this afternoon.
Governor of Illinois.
The governor of Illinois, in case you did not know. He will be here this afternoon sometime. His security personnel, or security dude, point dude, whatever you want to call it, he was here earlier this morning.
Check for bombs.
Yeah, and all that. Did a walkthrough, pat me down and everything. We want to know if everything was gonna be cool. We got this, man. We got this. We can handle it.
We got the bat.
Yeah, we got the bat. We got security up in here. We got all that and more coming up on this edition of Talking Sports. You be sure and stay tuned.
Talking Sports, WBCP 1580. The last show of Talking Sports, as after today, when the governor's security team comes in and
Sweep us all away.
You guys, I'm the white guy, remember?
Oh, that's right. It'll be Mike Cox Talking Sports starting next Friday.
All by itself.
Right.
They already patted me down, so they know I'm clear.
No, that's the initial pat down. That's the setup.
Oh, there.
You know, when they check your pocket again, something will come out.
TSA. Step over there behind the curtain, sir.
Cavity search, Mr. Breton.
You know, them people out when he left, they got the little Chihuahua bomb sniffing dog.
A Chihuahua
bomb. I keep saying bombs.
Bong sniffing dog. Ay caramba.
He gonna come through here and do a little sweep before shit, But that's cool. But in case you didn't know, Governor Pat Quinn is going to be here a little later on.
What state is he the governor?
Illinois.
We get our actual governor?
The only one that's not in jail.
Well, he's not out of office yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
usually.
I hope they're not listening.
I think they are.
Because,
I saw a white van sitting outside.
Antennas.
That's usually the setup.
Okay.
That little bit side window's really dark.
But security dude, we cool.
Right.
We cool. We don't do nothing but just talk sports. And we're going to talk about you when you get here.
I thought I had cleared that stuff up I just want to make sure,
Yeah, he cool.
That's what your lawyer told you?
That's what he told me.
What? Oh, we're going to get a governor disclaimer before he walks in here. The views and opinions.
Not necessarily.
That's right.
Of WBCP 1580.
That's right.
They are Sergeant Rocks.
Joe Stovall.
And the white guy.
And the white guy.
But you know what? That might get us off.
I don't think so.
Oh, and he did the typical move. I don't know you guys. I was just here dropping off mail.
Hold on, they kidnapped me.
Right. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
They kidnapped me.
Because it'll go from state to federal real quick.
No, you haven't taken me across state lines yet. Oh wait, I could
See,
You can say yeah,
I could
right.
say I'm from Indiana,
Texas.
Texas. Oh yeah.
See?
I got the driving the wrong car.
see,
Oh, you don't have a truck to
No, I
that?
don't have the truck.
see, Joe, he already got it planned.
Conspiracy. That's how the man get you.
Premeditated.
That's how the man get you. Set you up. Next thing you know, you're doing 10 to 15.
Uh-oh.
See? Now they call.
Where's it from? Is it from Atlanta, GA by chance?
All I know is I started sweating when I
When it lit up. Huh?
I'm like,
All right. No, that's probably a business call. I will be leaving from time to time, probably doing commercial breaks because I do have to prepare the studio for visitors. You know how it is when your mama tell you
got guests coming.
got guests coming, the relatives are coming
Company.
over. Yep. So
You got a suite.
got to clean up.
So you gonna use the album cover when you sweep?
Make sure all the roaches are dead.
Or at least well behaved.
Exactly.
Don't come out.
Don't you come out of here today.
Got company coming.
Yeah, you know, take the plastic cover off the furniture and everything.
There's more white people coming.
Dust off the old Martin Luther King painting and everything.
Black Jesus.
Yeah, y'all crazy. Come on, we supposed to be talking sport.
You the one talking about Martin Luther King painting and make sure all the roaches are dead.
Oh shit, we got company coming.
Yeah.
Got to clean up the house.
Yeah, we've been there, done that
Oh
many
yeah,
times.
oh yeah. They don't do it as much anymore.
But company or clean it up?
Both.
Take your pick.
Shoot, if I had to get up and get dressed, I don't know you that well, so you ain't coming in.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason why I've never visited you.
Don't know me that well.
Listen, I know there's a long list, but that's one.
Yeah, that's
That's
one.
at the top.
You know.
All right. Now you weren't here last week. You was at the Central High School Boosters, whatever golfing thingy or whatever it was.
The Champaign Central Football Booster Club Golf Alley.
All that.
All that in one.
How did that turn out?
Fantastic. Had a great time. Raised about $5,000 for the program.
How much did you pocket?
We're raising money for the kids.
Hey, we ain't even been on the air 5 minutes.
Right.
Already wrecked.
Right. The tires are just flown off, and we are going into the ravine.
Come on, I've been to fundraisers before.
Now it was a fun.
You take 5, you pocket 1. No. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And the governor is coming at 4:00. Keep talking. We know we had a great time. Raised a lot of money for the program, and a lot of good people out there. And just want to thank everybody who, number one, the whole sponsors. There was 20. I think we had 29 whole sponsors.
Really?
Yeah. And next year's goal is 36. Have 2 on every hole. Had I think 16 or 17 foursomes. You know, so plenty of golfers, plenty of hole sponsors, a lot of fun. And as I was telling Mike, in our foursome, we had a 13-year-old kid playing with us. 6 feet tall. He will be on the PGA Tour in about 4 or 5 years.
You think so?
He is incredible. And you know, when somebody says, all right, we're going to put the kid with you, you know, the first thing you're thinking, there goes the fun, can't drink, can't curse.
Yeah,
You know, that's
exactly.
the first thing that goes.
You say 13?
13 years old.
Yeah, you had to mind your manners.
Mind our manners. He is a golf prodigy. His name is DJ Nelson, and DJ was awesome. And I just want to thank his dad for letting him hang out with us, because when you're a father of a 13-year-old and you see the names that were in that group, you know, you're kind of reluctant to relinquish your child for 4 hours to a group of men like that. But
Do you blame him?
No, knowing myself. But DJ had a great time. He taught us a lot about golf, and we taught him a lot about life.
I can imagine.
I think DJ used to be a little leery of 50-year-old men and above after last Friday, but
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that can be taken.
had a great time with him. And well, we were on an open course, so I don't think you have to worry about that part, Mike. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either. No, we had a real good time. So just want to thank everybody for that. And really wanted to be here last Friday, but
Sure.
Okay, that was a lie.
We knew that.
Yeah. I had more fun out there, but it's good to be back.
So how'd you do? Were you 17 under par or?
No, the winning group was actually 14 under.
You guys played best ball,
We
right?
played best ball. Our group, well, let me make sure I phrase this right. DJ was 6 under.
Oh, okay.
So DJ was on our team, so we were 6 under.
Oh, he's the leader. He's the leader.
Hey, let me put it this way. There are a couple times I never even got out of my cart. We're playing DJ's ball.
Like 24 over par.
Mr. Stovall, your ball's... Shut up, DJ. Just keep driving.
Yeah, I'll meet y'all at the 19th hole.
There you go. No, I was at the 19th hole a couple of times.
Yeah. All right. NFL training camps open up this weekend.
Everybody is in camp now.
Yeah, it's time for football widows to get out whatever they do on Sundays.
That's it. Start, you know what? Start finding that church bazaar in the afternoon, or, you know, some type of crocheting or macrame. Or, I'm being very stereotypical right now, obviously.
Or boyfriends that don't like sports. Joseph over there raised up his hand.
Yeah.
Ain't coming to see you, dude. We gonna make sure of that.
Joseph's like, that's why I have so many girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly. He can't wait for football season.
There you go, Neanderthals. Thank you, oblong ball.
All right, there you go.
But yes, it's here. Camp has started. 32 teams. Everybody thinks they got a shot.
Of course, it's the beginning.
Everybody's unbeaten.
Hey, you know, everybody thinks they got a shot. Realistically, there's probably 8 teams that legitimately have.
Okay, and with that being said, who do you think are those 8 teams?
Well, obviously, the Super Bowl defending champ, Seattle Seahawks.
Depends on if they get everybody signed.
You know.
Because
Marshawn Lynch.
he's not. He's told
Yeah, he said
He's skipping camp, but he's earned that right to skip camp. And they'll throw him a bone. You know, he had signed a 4-year,
I don't know. I got it down here.
$30 million back about 3-4 years ago, and you know he'll get his money.
There it is.
But you always see that, you know, from a championship team. A guy thinks, you know, he's undervalued. Or,
yeah, that's what it is. He wants his contract renegotiated for more money up front. He's in the 3rd year of a 4-year deal that pays him $30 million, and he has a base salary of $5 million this season and $5.5 million in 2015. He wants that bumped up to $7 million.
Yeah, he wants to be in a range where, you know, Jamal Charles for the Chiefs, he just did the same thing yesterday. You know, Peterson for the Vikings, he's getting a nice bump in terms of the money he makes. So, you know, as we all know, and we talk about this all the time, football is that game. You're one injury away from...
Yeah, he's feeling disrespected.
You know, and that's that language. Yeah, man, you know.
Hey, come on, look at him. Man. I got more yards than him last year, and they didn't give him another $15 million.
Yeah, so that's what you're going through, and you go through this every year. And as I said earlier,
with somebody,
the champs, you're going to expect that. But, you know, you ask who, and I just named, obviously, the Super Bowl champs, Denver. Denver will be back. I mean, Denver had a great season up until they met Seattle. You know, so I think that they'll probably be back in the same position. Who else?
San Francisco.
San Francisco was a tip pass away from being in the Super Bowl. You know, and they bring back that Jim Harbaugh-led defense and Colin Kaepernick, so they're going to be pretty good.
Kansas City surprised everybody last year. You think that was a fluke, or will they return?
Well, you know, the tough thing for Kansas City is the fact that other than Jamal Charles, who are the playmakers? If you really think about the Chiefs from the offensive standpoint, Andy Reid came in first year. They played good fundamental football. So they played, you know, no turnovers, good defense. But when they got in the game where they had to score points, Alex Smith just, you know, that's why San Fran let him go. He's not that type of quarterback that's going to get into that shootout with anybody. And, you know, I think that after going 8-0, was it 8-0, 9-0? They fell off at the end of the year and, you know, subsequently fell off in the playoffs. So I don't know if Kansas City, they may make it to the playoffs, but in terms of contending, I still think they need a couple more weapons on the outside. You know.
All right, who else? Who's the other team?
Well, when you look, starting in the NFC, and let's stay local, NFC North, the Bears and the Packers. The Bears had one of the best offenses in the NFL. They had one of the worst defenses, which is not a thing that, the Bears are known for. The Bears went out, they got Jared Allen from Minnesota. Their main issue was their pass defense in terms of their secondary, specifically their safeties. Conti was just, Breakfast Club 2.0. He was just toast and juice. And their linebacking core after, Urlacher was let go has been a little suspect. But to me, the thing that a lot of people aren't talking about with the Bears, when Henry Melton got hurt and now he's not there anymore, their tackles, the middle of their defense was porous. They ranked 30th in the NFL in terms of yards.
Didn't they go out and get somebody in the draft?
They probably did. I can't, at this point. But, bring a rookie in. It takes a rookie, especially on the defensive side, a couple of years to kind of cut their teeth to really know what they're doing. And that's really where the Bears, I think, are going to be questioned at. On the offensive side of the ball, right now with Cutler and Marshall and Jeffries, they've got probably one of the best receiving tandems and quarterback combinations in the NFL. So the Bears, do they have the potential? But with all that, they didn't make the playoffs.
Defense wins championship.
That's it. Now, speaking of defense, go to Green Bay. Julius Peppers. He leaves Chicago, goes up there, team up with Clay Matthews. Aaron Rodgers is healthy now. You'll have Jordy Nelson on the outside, Randall Cobb. The Packers may be that team that bounced, even though they made the playoffs last year, 8-7-1. I think they're the team that, if Rodgers stays healthy the entire year, maybe that team that kind of jumps up into that elite category with San Fran and possibly Seattle.
All right. Now Minnesota got what's the name? The Bridgewater dude might be starting. Yeah, might be starting at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those tough. Each year, collegiate quarterbacks come in pro ready. When we were coming up back in the day, a college quarterback, because the systems were different,
right,
would take 2-3 years before they were really ready to play NFL football. But now, with the passing offense, the spread that everybody runs, you saw it with Russell Wilson, you saw it with Kaepernick, you've seen it with
Michael Vick, Andrew Luck over in Indy. You've seen young quarterbacks come in and be pro ready right away. Teddy Bridgewater was a fantastic collegiate player at Louisville. Is he ready to come in to lead? Now, I know it's going to be easier having Adrian Peterson behind him. The question for Peterson, he's 30 now. Yeah, hold on now. Everybody had Peterson behind him. Ponder and Matt Castle.
Yeah, but, you got to be able to at least throw it forward. It's called a forward pass. And Ponder couldn't do it.
I'm just saying that's no excuse
for
him not doing well.
Well, I still say, due to the fact he's a rookie, the speed of the game. You got to remember that this is not, going up against the University of Kentucky or Cincinnati or, schools of that nature. You're playing in the NFL, so he's going to there's a maturation curve he's got to go through, to at least be competitive on that side.
Well, I think the speed of the game is going to be a big thing because playing in the system he played in Louisville, it was quote unquote, pro offense and all that stuff. So I think the sets and the formations and whatnot and how the plays are ran won't be that big of a deal. But as we all know, everybody in the NFL was the All-American in college.
Right.
Big man on campus. So
yeah.
And how long do you think it'll take him?
Well, we watched, like I said before, other quarterbacks, kind of come in and eat the league up right away. Andrew Luck, RG3 come to mind. Is Teddy Bridgewater on that level? Don't know, but we will find out soon because unless Mike Zimmer, the new head coach of Minnesota, says, I'm going to let him sit and let Castle start, we may see him day one, operating that offense. So
What about Ponder, man? You didn't even mention Ponder.
why? He got 4 years. I mean, you think about it. Christian Ponder got 4 years. He couldn't perform. You just mentioned, Adrian Peterson was back there with him. And last year, if you think about it, Minnesota went 5-10-1. Mm-hmm. And of their 5 victories, Matt Castle was the reason why they won those 5 games. And
Ponder's best move was asking his wife to marry him.
there you go.
She's a cutie pie, too.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, so he's just going to ride her coattails for the next couple of years. Right off into the
On the
sunset.
clipboard for a couple of years.
Last team in the NFC North, the Detroit Lions. Jim Caldwell, used to coach the Indianapolis Colts, comes in. New regime. You got Megatron. You got Matt Stafford. Reggie Bush came in last year to shore up their run game. The issue for Detroit over the past few years, they've just been so undisciplined. They've got all the athletes. It's just having somebody get some cohesiveness and have them just,
Don't have Sue running around jumping on
do
everybody.
it, kicking, kung fu kicking everybody and stomping folks and all that. So that'll be, the question there. Can he come in and kind of, tighten the screws with Detroit? Because, just like what I said about Chicago, they've got the potential. But it's about, as we've seen for eons with NFL, the first thing you have to say injury-free.
Yep.
I don't care how good you are. Once a guy gets hurt, it's like a domino effect. Other guys get hurt, and then your season's gone. Second thing, turnovers. If your defense can turn the ball over and your offense can hold on to the ball, you're going to be competitive in all your games. And then the third thing is luck. You got to get a bounce here or a bounce there.
A tip here.
A tip there. There you go. You think about Seattle. Go back a couple years ago when we had to strike with the referees. Remember that Monday night game against
touchdown, no touchdown.
Exactly. That's that luck factor that you have to get in terms of propelling your team, forward. So those 3 things happen for you. You should be successful in the league.
I have some nephews who are diehard Dallas fans. Matter of fact, all 4 of them.
Sorry to hear that.
That's what I told them. I told them that Romo is not going to have the season that everybody's expecting him to have, and Jason Garrett will be fired by midseason.
Garrett probably should have been fired a couple of years ago.
Yeah. You know who else should be fired? Jerry Jones. He should just fire himself.
Good luck with that.
Oh, what?
He is the reason why the Cowboys can't win.
Jerry Jones?
Yes. He can't get out of his own way.
Right.
I mean, that's really the issue. If you think about the talent that Dallas has had, go back to when they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. And they won a Super Bowl with Barry Switzer as a coach. That shows you how talented.
Jimmy Johnson.
Right. Jimmy Johnson for 2, Barry Switzer for 3. That shows you how talented that team was back then. Since that time, Jerry Jones has done everything he can to destroy the team. Not the franchise, but the team itself that's on the field. The franchise makes money.
He did this how, for those that do not know?
Well, because he is the president, general manager, water boy, towel boy.
He make all the calls.
He makes all the calls. All the calls. And he's brought in coaches, with the exception of Bill Parcells, who basically have been puppets. They've been yes men to do what he wants done. Parcells couldn't tolerate it anymore, and that's why he
That's why he left.
He left. But you think about whether Coach Phillips or you just talk about Jason Garrett, guys like that who've come in and just stood there on the sideline while the puppet master stands over and works his strings.
What I'm gonna do now?
Exactly.
Well, and they haven't won a playoff game since the Super Bowl years.
Right.
All right. He fires Jason Garrett. Who do you go out and get? Who wants to get in behind or in front of this man to let him pull their string?
I don't think any legitimate, and when I say legitimate, a coach who's had his own way and his own system over the years.
But nowadays, coaches, when they go and sign a contract, go to this, they say, hey, look, I want to be the shot caller.
Right. And that's the reason why he's hired from within, because nobody from the outside wants to come in. Bill Parcells, I think, when he came in, thought he would have autonomy. He didn't get it. He could not get it. They were always clashing, always feuding. And from that point on, you've just seen the wear and tear. The Cowboys have been 8-8 4 years in a row. Tony Romo could throw from 7,000
playoffs now.
Well, but it hasn't.
Well, and even if they get there, they don't win. So.
Right. And Tony Romo he could throw for 7,000 yards, but he's gonna find a way. I mean, he'll reach in that bag of tricks he got, and he'll find a way. You think about the game against Denver last year. What was it? 5 touchdown performance, 600 yards he threw for, and the last time he touched the football,
through the interception,
through the pick, field goal, game over. So that's what they got to deal with. And now he's got a surgically repaired back.
He can't even bend over it.
You know, he bent over to pick his wallet up, but he won't bend over to do anything else. But I just don't think that because of Jerry Jones and what he's done over the past couple of decades to that franchise, Cowboys won't be in there.
But I'll tell you what, if he needs a coach, give us a call. I'll come down for a couple $1 a year, spend a year or two.
There you go.
I'll be his
assistant?
No, I won't be your assistant. I want to be that cable guy. The guy that walks next to the coach.
Oh, okay.
And wraps the cable up when the coaches run down the sideline. I'll be running with Mike.
I won't be running.
That's a good job to have.
Right. Just all you do is just wrap the cable.
Let's go back to Detroit. I know we have Michael sure has some relatives here in town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about Detroit. Is he still on the team?
He's still on the team.
We ask this every year.
Yeah, he's still on the team. He was actually in town a few weeks ago. Came out to the park and was there watching the kids play. And he slimmed down. That's number one. You know, Michael was 230, 235, big beefy running back. He's dropped down considerably. So I think he's trying to get a little quicker and change a pace type back to get his opportunity. Will he get his shot in Detroit? Well, the good thing is he's got a new coach. So the thing when you get a new coach like that, clean slate for everybody, and maybe if he could show something in training camp, maybe he'll get his chance to get back on the field. If not, the other good thing is being young. If he gets cut loose, he can jump on with somebody else, and because as we've seen over the years, how running backs have been devalued because of the passing game.
Pass, right?
That he may be able to slip in with the program and get on the field right away. So remains to be seen.
All right. Before we go to break, some news. Sidney Rice is retiring.
Yeah.
He's 27 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he's walking away from the game because of a history of concussions.
Yep.
Now here's a man that we've talked about this before on the show on a number of occasions about the effect that concussions have on the body. Here's a man that is taking what?
Nothing.
Go ahead.
What'd I do?
Nothing. The effects of concussion. Where am I?
Anyway, he's choosing to walk away from the game.
Mm-hmm. You think about Sidney Rice when he came in with Minnesota.
Right.
In, what was that, 07?
07.
Yep. Out of South Carolina.
Doing a good receiver.
In 09 was probably his breakout year because of Brett Favre. He made the Pro Bowl. Value went up exponentially in terms of...
Extra what?
Exponentially.
The effects of concussion.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm concussed. He then wanted more money and ended up in Seattle. If you go back to, there was a game that the Bears and Seattle played in Chicago, went overtime. This is, I think, one of Russell Wilson's breakout games, where he led the comeback for Seattle, tied the game, and then they went on a scoring drive against the Bears. And the winning touchdown was caught by Sidney Rice. But when he caught it, he paid a heavy price for it. I mean, he got his bell rung. And from that point on, he just had issues trying to get back on the field. And he had a variety of injuries, including a hip injury.
Alligator arm.
But at 27, to have to walk away from the game because of concussions, that's... I heard somebody say, he'll stay away for a little while, then he'll try to come back. You're talking about the head injury.
Yeah, with everything about that's been in the news and all the suits and all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be dumb to go back.
But like we say, it's a choice.
It is.
And he chooses to walk away.
Smart decision, in my opinion.
I think last thing on him, going back to this money issue, that's why you cannot begrudge any NFL player
Their money.
getting that money. Because here it is, we talking about a 27-year-old athlete has to quit. So if he got his money, he should be set. Good luck to him.
Ray Allen has been suspended for the first 2 games of the season.
Ray Rice.
Concussion.
Yeah, Ray Rice. Yeah, I got another Ray around here somewhere. Anyway, he got suspended for the first 2 games of the season for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy by punching out his then fiance. What's her name? Where that?
Mrs. Rice.
Yep, Janae Parker was the name back in. You know, I know everybody have seen the video. He knocked her out in the elevator. Beyonce, Jay-Z. He dragging her out to the elevator, and he said,
Like a caveman.
Anyway, he's got suspended for the first 2 games. He's been fined a total of $5,029, $529,411.24. What's with the 24 cents?
It's a game check.
That's it.
That before or after taxes?
I would say it would be definitely before taxes.
And it's based on his old contract.
Exactly.
Because it happened in NFL year 2013.
Yeah, that's a combined total of 2 game checks for this year and 1 check from last season.
Now,
that's good money for 3 weekends of work.
I think a couple things on that. You know, you've seen Roger Goodell come out.
The effects of concussion.
Everybody.
That's why I was gonna float away. But you've seen him come out with kind of an iron fist in relation to substance abuse and personal conduct off the field. This here is, to me, kind of a weak punishment.
It's not kinda, it is.
You know,
Frankly.
yeah. I'll be
real weak.
You'll be Frankly, and I'll surely be.
You'll be
Jolie.
What do you feel would be a good punishment?
Well,
I mean, okay, well, let's first of all, I can't remember whether or not he was charged or not.
But you think about what happened off the field in terms of him and his wife. You know, she came out in defense of him.
Right.
They go through that remorseful tango where
You know that is one of the first signs of abuse.
Yeah.
So she comes out, defends him. Now remember this:
Yeah.
at the time she wasn't his wife.
Yeah,
She was a
fiance.
fiance. Now they're married. Counseling. They did all the things, as I call it, the remorseful tango, to try to reduce the sentence. They said all the right things. They had the press conference. He showed his remorse. He apologized to his wife, fans, organization, the league, everybody. Blah blah blah. Coming down the slippery slope. So by doing that, I think that's what lessened the severity of the punishment. But I think there's got to be some consistency in this area. We see substance abuse, whether it be PEDs or illegal substance, etc. 4-game suspension, no questions asked, bang. That's where I think the consistency is lost. They've got to do the same thing.
But you must admit, there's a lot of physical abuse that goes on in the NFL.
Well,
And that's the point.
And a lot of it you don't even hear about.
Right, but when you do hear about it, the penalty has to match what they're doing when it comes to illegal substance and code of conduct and stuff like that. 4 games should be 4 games for everybody.
was it Wade Wilson, who's a coach now somewhere, was taking a banned NFL substance that was prescribed by his doctor, and he got 5 games for it. Or something. I think I heard the other day. So, I mean, is taking a prescription worse than knocking your wife out?
And see, and I think that's the other issue, is the message it sends to the female fan base. Are you saying that beating your woman is less severe than taking a banned substance.
That you're prescribed.
Right. I mean, that's the part, because remember we talked about this before about when you're marketing your product, which is the NFL football, you're trying to market it to who? Your new fan base is your female fan base. Why? Because moms make decisions on kids and you want those kids to play football in the future. And if you piss off your fan base, which are those women, then you might lose the ability to get them to get their kids on the field.
Well, don't you think that the NFL and the commissioner would pay a little bit more attention if some of these females spoke out? Now that's
well, but then you've got and this is a generalization. It's not anything specific. But you've got the females that are going, okay, if I say anything, there goes my money train. What happens then?
You've got, and that's that slippery slope. But I think that's why I go back to consistency. You've got to be able to be consistent as a commissioner, and whether it be you in substance abuse or you in domestic abuse, I've got to come out and say, first,
we're not accepting this.
Right. First time, 4 games. Second time, 8. Third time, you're gone.
Okay, Mike mentioned there go my money train. I mean, you don't want to sit there and take physical abuse just because you're getting a couple of dollars from this athlete.
There are some people that will.
Well, yeah, I'm well aware of that. But I'm saying that, and I'm going to say this to all women that are being physically abused. Speak up.
Well, but then the
up.
NFL has to come out and make the statement, as Joe was saying, that we're not going to accept this.
We're not going to tolerate it if it comes from the top. Like we're talking about substance abuse. Josh Gordon and Justin Blackmon, 2 receivers, both. Justin Blackmon has been suspended indefinitely. For what? Substance abuse.
3rd time, right?
Right. Josh Gordon, he's facing a year-long ban, and he got arrested the other day with marijuana in his car. He's probably going to get the same thing. So my point is how swiftly they act when it comes to drugs and alcohol abuse off the field. The same thing should be towards domestic violence. If you're consistent in that area with your punishment, going to your point about women being able to speak up and have the courage, well, it's easy to tell an individual to have courage, but you're talking to a corporation that doesn't have any courage. Mixed message.
Well, by God, something has to be done.
Right. And Roger Goodell needs to go ahead and... Did Ray Rice, did he make a mistake? Of course. Should people be banished from whatever they do for making a mistake? The answer is no. But should the punishment be consistent with everything else they're doing? Answer is yes there. So that's my point. Just be consistent. Here's the other problem. He gives him 2 games. He gives these other guys, as we talked about, indefinite suspension. He's got an owner. He's got an owner right now, Robert Irsay.
A couple hours that way.
Who had 30 grand in his car and illegal prescription medication. And he has yet to say one thing about what his penalty would be.
That's because he's in rehab. Irsay's in rehab.
They waiting for him to get out to find out how he's going to do. Want you to gain consistency.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Right. Robert Irsay should have been slapped with either an 8-game suspension, $1 million, $2 million fine. If Ray Rice can get fined game checks for this, now let's go to Robert Irsay.
And find him some profit checks.
Exactly. Profit of 8 games of the Indianapolis Colts. Irsay, that'll rehab you real quick.
Well, hold on now. The Indianapolis Colts are a part of the NFL. NFL gets some of that money too. So how are you gonna take from him?
Easy. The same way you take from the players.
But the NFL's not getting what the Colts' profit money is.
Right.
I mean, that's the Colts' money. Yeah, they got to pay the NFL, but separate and apart from that, then you dig into his pocket there.
Right.
Like as Joe just said, like you take it from the players.
All right. One more thing before I concur. One more thing before we go back. Steelers refusing to sign what's his name, the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger contract until after this season. Mm-hmm. They say they trying to put together a team. We need to get some money on the salary cap and all that. But I'm saying we're gonna see how you do this season before we get, because he didn't fare too well last year.
We did not.
And they start off what? Was it 0-5?
Something like that. 0-5, 0-6, I believe.
Teams have. I mean, you
Been
think
in Pittsburgh a long time.
Yeah, you know.
Well, that's all right, but
Big Ben is long in the tooth. He's been there for. He came in. What was it? 01.
it was about 10, 12 years.
Yeah. So now, you're at that point, whether it be Big Ben, Eli Manning in New York, Phillip Rivers, guys like that who you think have only been around for a few years, but, they've been around for, like you said, 11, 12 years. You now have to start making the evaluation. Do we get ready to go in a different direction? Or do we, because you don't want to sink too much money into a cagey veteran who just can't get you over the hump anymore. And if you're making the decision as an organization, we're going to rebuild, then you want to be upfront with him, because the other thing Big Ben wants to do is if he wants to go play somewhere else, at least he knows that based on the way you negotiate the salary with him.
I was just sitting here thinking, as a player, I mean, you hate when it gets to that time where it's almost over.
Yeah.
I got one more season, and I know I can go out here and produce. I know it. But the coaches and everybody looking at you, like shaking their head.
They're calling you off the field.
Yeah. After all these years.
And here's the sad part about it. But the reality is, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, I know.
It happens that,
that's one game or one thing in life you can go in knowing that it's going to end sooner or later.
Right. And when it ends,
it's not a good feeling.
It ends. And I've always said that about sports, and specifically with football. We just talked earlier about Sidney Rice, 27.
Yeah, and he's going out on his own accord, but I'm talking about.
But I don't even think he's not. Sidney Rice is not going out on his own accord.
I mean, he's making a decision to quit.
Right, because of concussions at 27. The point, like with Big Ben, at least he's got double digits in the league. He's gotten that fat contract of what, 100+ million. So financially he should be set and shouldn't have any issues. But now you start to see, is the desire to continue to play there? Or is it just, I'm lingering to get another check?
We all have it. We all have
Well,
it.
then not everybody's Brandon Lloyd either.
Who?
It's Brandon Lloyd. He's back with San Francisco now.
Right.
From the U of I.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about it all.
All right, Daz, we're going to have to go to break now. We've been at it for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some NBA basketball. That other Rays moving around. Michael Jordan's final contract with the Bulls is going up for sale. In case any of you guys are interested in buying it, it's going to be in an auction.
You mean the paper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's going to be auctioned off sometime next month. You can put your bid in now. I'm thinking it's up to something like $23,000.
I wish I had Joe's money problems.
Nah, I don't want it. All right. We'll be back with more Talking Sports right after these.
WBCP 1580, UPTV channel
6.
U versus
99.
Chinese cable.
Whatever.
I don't even understand you, man.
Huh?
I don't even understand you.
All right. Before we continue on with the program, don't forget, coming up sometime this hour, the governor of Illinois,
Who is that?
Governor Pat Quinn, will be joining us in the studio. Well, he'll probably be showing up. I think Imani Bazell is going to be with him. I think she will be conducting an interview because they don't want us to talk to him for some reason.
Let me sit here and think why they want us to talk to him.
Yeah, they won't let us talk. So,
Could you imagine us talking to the governor?
what up, dude?
I just want to ask him about the Cubs. That's all.
I just want to ask him about, any unclaimed treasure. over at the State House.
You gotta talk for what's the name? Rutherford or
Dan Rutherford, Crazy Dan.
Yeah. We had him on the program one day.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a good time with us.
He surely did. So why come we can't talk to the governor?
Because Rutherford was on, they know.
Right. They probably
listened to him.
got tapes of it.
Yeah, he was laughing and carrying.
Yeah, right.
He had a good time with us. Well, now what was he? The Secretary of Treasury or
The treasurer.
He is the treasurer of the state of Illinois.
Nah, you know, he probably rubbing his line in his pockets with
There you go. Then you wonder why you can't talk to the governor.
Well, ain't nobody gonna come get this. Yeah, go put it over here.
My question is he gonna pull out there in like a big stretch limo?
Oh no, man, they got
Are they coming in them Suburbans?
them Suburban.
See that scares me.
Oh,
You know, because you be about
scared
5 or
you.
6.
Think of the brothers out front.
There won't be any brothers out front.
Yeah, think of the brothers out front.
They already got the word.
Yeah. 4th Street will be cleared.
For a long time.
Okay, we just joking, folks.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't. It's coming down. Armageddon. The apocalypse.
Oh,
I'm
man.
telling you. It's happening now. Run for your lives.
Matter of fact,
Just stay next to the white guy, you'll be fine.
no, I told security I'd meet him at the door, but it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna go out there and look in the parking lot and watch when they pull up and see what happens. Rain! It's a rain!
You'll hear so many footsteps running by.
All right, come on now. You ain't supposed to say nothing about it. You the white dude.
Okay.
Let us have our fun.
All right. I'll be quiet.
Wow. Didn't know this was all about race.
You know how.
Look at you. All right, read your. What were you supposed to be doing?
I know it, man. You know I didn't mean that.
I know Sam.
Ooh.
All right. Summer Jam event will be taking place this Saturday and Sunday, July 26th and 27th from 9 p.m. until at American Legion Post 559. It's a Stop the Violence party. And, of course, you know there have been several shootings recently and a couple fatalities here this past month. Mm-hmm. And this is some people's effort to try and curb the violence. It's taking place at American Legion Post 559 at 704 North Hickory Street in Champaign. They're going to have it's going to go on from 9 o'clock until the kitchen opens up at 5. They're going to be serving up some victuals. Mm-hmm. They're going to have Polish chicken and fish. And they want to invite everybody out there. If you want some more information, call 398-4227.
Now, what's this parking lot deal that's on there?
I guess they're gonna be parking in the parking lot. Here, say that.
VIP parking lot party.
Oh, okay.
$10 a car. 49 spots to park, then off-street parking. Kitchen opens at 5 p.m.
The effects of a concussion.
Right. And you talking about Sidney Rice. It's a shame he retired. It's a shame you have not retired.
Okay, yeah, that's a let's all get along celebration. That's at the American Legion. Also, you heard the commercial spot. You can tell I've been busy all day.
No.
And once again, the city of Champaign is encouraging you to consider a career in firefighting. Grab your hoses and run. If you want to join a diverse force of men and women who have been dedicated to serving those in crisis, you need to apply today. Go online to applytoserve.com for your Champaign Firefighters application. That's where you will be finding. Applications will be accepted until 4 p.m. on Friday, August 15th.
I always wanted to be not a firefighter per se. I always wanted to drive the truck.
And blow the horn.
There you go. And be able to blow through lights, and then pull up.
Joe, grab your gear. And you just gonna sit in the truck.
Right. Somebody's got to stay with the truck.
Nobody has to stay with the truck.
No, somebody's got to stay
All
with
the
truck.
equipment and everything to operate the truck is on the outside of the truck.
Right. I'm the driver of the inside of the truck.
All I do is drive.
I'm the driver. I'm the firefighter driver.
That's you. If you need some more information, you can go to apply to serve via the email at applications@standard.com. Once again, to apply, you go to applytoserve.com to be a Champaign firefighter. I mean, that's a good paying job, too.
You know, and see,
You got to be extra special.
to be a firefighter.
Be a
right.
firefighter.
And see, and I couldn't be a firefighter in a couple of realms. Work. You know, that's, you know, number one, you got sweat, you know, man, it's hot out here.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be on time, you know. Help! My house is on fire.
Yeah, but you only work once every 3 days.
Yeah, but during those 3 days, think of all the critical
No,
things.
I'm saying you do a 24-hour shift, then you're off 2 days. Then you do a 24-hour shift, you're off 2 days.
Right, but what I'm saying is that during those shifts, all the things that could be going on.
Fire.
That'd be one. Very good, Captain Obvious. Hey, is that what firefighters fight? Fires? You know.
Now, I couldn't be one because, you know, I've seen burn up people. I've smelt burn up people.
Stop talking about your prom.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you know they say fire is a living, breathing thing. Have you heard that?
Nah, I have.
Have you heard that? See, when you go in to fight a fire, you just ain't going in just fighting some flames. You're fighting a living, breathing thing.
So you're like almost like a matador.
Well, I guess I don't know if you want to use that. I wouldn't.
You
But
have a matador with a hose
if you want to use
and a
that,
big coat. And
but that's a good career choice. If you want
I think it is fantastic.
to be a firefighter,
And they get paid really well.
I couldn't do it.
Drive the truck.
All right, let's see where we're going here. NBA. That's where we're headed. You know,
Summer league's over.
Who won that? I think that somebody was talking about the Spurs did excellent in summer league.
Yeah, they had pretty good summer league. I think Sacramento won the summer league in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I usually am, but that's neither here nor there.
The Hooters pageant going on in Vegas too. The Hooters girls pageant.
NBA.
I just thought I'd throw that up.
The NBA is fantastic. But it's like I said, summer league's over with. Rookies are signing their contracts now. Andrew Wiggins
Just signed.
Yeah.
the other
just
day.
signed his contract. So that means
Now they talking about throwing his
trade.
name. Yeah, throwing his name, but they can't trade him for something like
30 days.
30 days a month.
You know, but I think what it also does is it gives numbers now. And when I say numbers, we talk about this several times.
Dollar figures.
You're trading contracts. You're really not trading guys. So, like when teams put the packages together and you hear Kevin Love's name being bandied about, teams are trying to make sure that the contracts meet his contract, so when that money moves, everybody's on par in terms of what happens with the salary cap issues.
I bet you Kevin Love's feeling awful special right now.
He's feeling loved.
Everybody wants me.
Right. Bulls have thrown their name in the hat. Talked about
Cleveland and who else?
Cleveland, and then as recently as yesterday, names like the Celtics
Yeah, and Golden State.
and Golden State. Now, Golden State was kind of the originator of the Kevin Love sweepstakes. They've been talking about Love since I want to say around May, June. You know, they've been offering guys like Klay Thompson, the shooting guard that plays for them, and a couple other guys like Harrison Barnes. I actually think, excuse me, I actually think the best deal was the Golden State deal, because you're getting some young, proven basketball players as opposed to some potential, which is what you'd be getting from Cleveland with Bennett and Wiggins. And from the Bulls, you're really getting more role players.
Yeah, Taj Gibson and that guy just signed from Spain.
Mm-hmm. And then Jimmy, which
Butler.
Jimmy Butler, thank you, sir, would be the third piece in the puzzle for them. But yeah, everybody wants Love. Everybody thinks that Love can be that guy because he's
He's that missing piece.
He's a 2010 guy. And
legitimate 2010 guy.
And the thing for Love is that he's a what they call a stretch four, meaning he can shoot the three from the outside, and he gets inside and he can bang with the big guys. So, you think about if Cleveland gets him and you package it with LeBron and Kyrie Irving, and then they've been talking about Ray Allen may come in as a specialist. You get him to come in, or the Bulls. You get Kevin Love to come in, Paul Gasol, Derrick Rose comes back.
Healthy.
Yeah, mentally.
Yeah, right.
If Derrick Rose don't play this year, they ought to get rid of his butt.
Well, he's getting ready to play for FIBA.
I would who?
For the United States in the World Cup, World Basketball Championships. He's going to play there. That's going to be like his rehab. Thibodeau talked about this earlier in the year in terms of that's where they wanted him to start at, where he could just go out fresh, not playing for the Bulls, and kind of see how things go.
Okay.
Playing there. So.
Okay, the Ray Allen to Cleveland thing. Come on now. Ray Allen, what are you? 50?
No.
49?
He's not that old.
39?
Not that old.
I know.
He's probably 40.
Okay, he's been in the league, 19, 20 years?
19, 20 years. Mm-hmm. But he's a specialist. He has been able to preserve his body. You think about when Ray Allen went to Boston. And
he was already long in the tooth.
He was definitely long in the tooth, but the only thing he had to do was what? Shoot the three. And then he went from there to Miami. Do the same thing. Got him another title. And now, twilight of his career, you do what? You either continue to play for a mediocre team, or if you got a shot at a title like Cleveland would be, you imagine if Love goes there, then like I said, Ray Allen gets there. I don't begrudge you.
Oh no, Mike Miller, who's also with Miami, went to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
That was LeBron.
It's like Cleveland. It's like Miami North now.
That's what I'm saying.
So all they got to do is get Haslam and D Wade to come. Leave Bosch down there by himself with his $115 million.
Bosch and Chalmers.
Right. They can play down there and make their own money and their own team.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see. Chris Paul, he's talking about it. Sterling is still the owner of the Clippers come September when they go to camp, that he's boycotting. And not only that, Coach, what's his name?
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers is also thinking about boycotting.
Yeah, they had already stated, back when the playoffs started, that they would not play for Donald Sterling anymore. And I think everybody, including us, thought that, hey, this Adam Silver ban, the sell of the team, etc., would be done. So by the time training camp hit, he'd no longer be involved. Mm-hmm. But Dick Parsons, who's the interim CEO, has come out publicly and said that Doc Rivers will not coach if Donald Sterling is still in charge of his team.
Well, they're currently in court. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, they had some closing arguments either yesterday or Wednesday, and this thing could drag out for months.
Well, that's what Donald Sterling is trying to do. Is first of all, he's trying to say that his wife had no authority to make the authorization of the sale of the team, but she did, because he lost all his authority when Adam Silver made his decision. They went in probate because they're going through a divorce right now, and
Okay, well, look at it. It says the original purchase agreement called for the sale to be closed by July 15th with an extension until August 15th, and the NBA has said it will resume termination proceedings of the sale if it is not closed by September 15th. Now, training camp starts in October. So they're going to try to have it done by the time training camp starts. I mean, because that could cripple the NBA altogether if Chris Paul, Doc Rivers decide to boycott. And I see other individuals within the league doing the same thing.
I would think it probably would be specific to the Clippers, where they just would not play, and I think I don't see it extending past maybe a week, 2-week period in terms of something like that. Would it give a stain to the NBA? It's already been stained by this incident. So I know Adam Silver wants to just kind of get this thing down the beaten path and get it over with. So
You know why Paul's saying that. In reality,
Okay.
pissed that State Farm put Curry in that commercial. That's what it is.
you might be right.
He wants to renegotiate that endorsement deal.
No, come on, man. State Farm has enough money to do those sort of things, don't they? You line in your pocket, State Farm.
Fundraiser.
Yeah,
See,
fundraiser.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Only gonna have his own what is the Joe Stovall room in the State Farm Center when it opens up.
I've had a room in that place even before it became State Farm Center. When you walk in and go in the third stall, that's been my room since I've been going to the Assembly Hall.
I got a name on the door.
Mm-hmm. Do not enter.
Please. What time is it?
For your own safety.
Right.
Chicago Bulls' original copy of Michael Jordan's $33 million contract, the most valuable single-season contract in NBA history, is going to be on the auction block.
So they're selling the contract.
Yep. Let me see. They already have a bid of $23,000.
Is that from Juanita?
It's from Mike.
So Juanita don't see it.
The contract which Jordan signed.
You lied.
The contract which Jordan signed for the 1997-98 season was his last with the Bulls. That season hold on. It's when they won a sixth championship. I couldn't.
Is this thing on?
It's when they won a sixth championship. The contract was signed by Jordan himself and initialed by him on each of the 24 pages. It's also signed by Jerry Krause. See, there it is right there. Right there. The most valuable sports contract ever sold was Babe Ruth in 1918 for $5,000.
Well, Juanita's got that beat.
Yep. Red Sox contract, which was sold in an auction earlier this month for $1.2 million. Last year, Heritage sold Wayne Gretzky's rookie contract with the Edmonton Oilers, a 10-year, $3 million deal that was signed on his 18th birthday. That sold,
great one.
huh? The contract sold for $47,000. Factoring for inflation, Jordan's $33 million contract will be worth roughly $49 million in today's dollars. So what would you do with it?
Put it up in a display case.
Take him back to court.
You said you only got $25 million. I want the other 8.
Didn't Jordan remarry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young
I ain't saying nothing.
Cuban female.
Young.
No. Does he have to tell where he's living at?
They just built a house or he just bought another one or something.
I think she was with child.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Young.
How young?
Like half his age young. Literally.
What's wrong with that?
I think Elijah Muhammad said, half your age plus 3.
Plus 3, huh? So she's what, 18?
No.
Mike's 50.
Mike's 51. He's
51, somewhere right around.
He looks older than that.
He's looked the same way for 30 years.
Oh no, he looks old now.
How old does he look?
He looks
Your
old.
age?
No, he looks older than I am. I'm only 46. How old you say he was?
51.
He is older than I am. Let me see. A judge has rejected motions by lawyers for Aaron Hernandez to dismiss charges.
Duh.
Yeah, we'd like to have all charges dismissed against our client.
Hey, he says,
Who's your client? Aaron Hernandez.
prosecutors argued that probable cause to sustain the murder charge against Hernandez and the death of Olin Lloyd has not been presented in any evidence or motive for the slaying.
Some lawyers are trying to get every single penny of his NFL dollars.
They're going to get it too. Briscoe County Superior Court judge says in her ruling Thursday that probable cause and a defendant's guilt can be established by circumstantial evidence, and prosecutors don't need to prove a motive to secure a murder conviction. Now sit your butt down.
Next, Sam Britton versus the.
Go sit down. Why are you trying? What you up in here for?
That's what lawyering is all about.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen some cases where, I mean, it was, petty stuff. One of those.
Took 3 years to resolve.
Yeah, it was a class 1 felony. Every time you go to court, we like for a continuation. Okay, no too much. You
Who's
come.
the attorney? Sharp-eyed Washington.
You got to come back a couple of months later. We like for another continuance, Your Honor. I could go on for years.
Yeah. I sat on a jury one time for a DUI case that had been continued for 5 years. And then the defense attorney had the audacity to ask the police officer. The police officer was there to testify.
He can't remember.
Is he recalling this from memory, or is he reading it off the police report?
No, you got to go. Now, when you go to court, you're supposed to go in there, get your report, and read it to refresh your memory. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir. Among other things.
Are you F. Lee Bailey?
That's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to go read the report. But then it gets to the point where, you don't even want to go to court no more. You just go in there, well, forget it. Let's do it.
I'll tell you, when the officer said, I'm reading it off of the report.
That was enough to get it thrown out.
It didn't get to, we found him guilty. Because we weren't going to let him go. This guy had 2 priors, which we didn't know because, you can't introduce bad acts into a case like that.
Previous bad acts,
yes. And he had 2 priors.
But y'all did. Y'all took it. You didn't. They may not. You knew of it.
No, we didn't.
You did?
The judge came in and talked to us afterwards and told us how wonderful a job we did in deliberation. And then he shared with us some of the information. He shared that it had been continued for 5 years. He shared that this guy had 2 other priors.
So you went home and got drunk afterwards.
12 angry men.
I did a great job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That security?
No.
Oh, you looked up, your eyes got all big, huh?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
You'll see.
So we're going to get up and assume the position here.
Yeah, I'll do.
Let's do that when the security walk in. Let's all get up against the wall. Huh?
And I want to see him do that illegal chokehold on you.
What? Here, you speak up.
Comply!
Okay.
Quit resisting.
Okay, where we at? Where
you at?
Back to talking sports. I saw this morning, so I had to read about it. Ohio State University's marching band director was fired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Stealing instruments?
They had a cesspool
of what?
Of sexual activity that was gone unchecked within the band department. Yes.
So they've been to band camp.
And there was a lot of flutes. 2-month investigation revealed all of this.
Spokesman said that the university was required to promptly perform the probe under federal Title IX sexual discrimination laws from a parent who complained that band members were asked to swear secrecy oaths about objectionable traditions and customs. And some of these were in place before the marching band chief was there. Mm-hmm. They included raunchy songs and a late-night march described as optional, in which band members stripped down to their underwear.
Okay, wait a minute.
Raunchy.
Right.
What does that mean?
So if they play Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Raunchy.
Very raunchy.
Let me say, yeah, they were stripped down to their underwear. Investigators found that band staff and directors, including Waters, had sometimes attended these. One female student said older members of the band would warn newcomers to wear fuller coverage undergarments for the event. Others wore pajamas or shorts, but some marched naked.
And you know the Ohio State marching band is
The Ohio State marching band.
You've seen some of their video, haven't you?
Yeah, they're world renowned. As a matter of fact, I asked you guys before we came on the air about the one where they were doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk.
Mm-hmm. Seen that.
It has over 10 million views.
Yeah.
They ain't good as FAMU.
They're not as, Imani says they're not as good as FAMU. But then again, they had their issues too.
I guess to be great,
Yeah, exactly.
you got to be a little outside the box.
You gotta have something wrong with you.
Right.
Did y'all notice when you said band camp, who got up?
Dude. Joseph,
Joseph.
you been to band camp? Yeah, okay.
He said he played the drums. No, he played. He's a flute guy.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You say he raised up?
Yeah, you see him puff up?
Right. I'm sorry, Joseph. Calm down now. We got security on the way.
Didn't the Illini marching band director, didn't he quit or get fired or
He
something
got
too?
fired and charged for stealing instruments. Hence the reference I made earlier.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Your concussion just...
Some of us
Must be a
read the
market.
paper once in a while.
Must be a market for stolen instruments.
Yeah, that's why he stole them. You think he's hoarding them?
Staying out of the camera.
Sam, you like a dog with a light being shot. You just...
Cat with a laser light.
You're not easily distracted.
I'm seeing what Imani doing back here.
I'm trying to fix this room up and not be on the camera, so if you don't say anything, people won't know I'm here.
What Imani's trying to say politely is that she doesn't have any C4.
Mind your own business.
So she's going to have to do this as opposed to blowing the room up. She doesn't have enough time to take down the cocoa bags and the 8-track tapes.
Hold
Don't
on.
forget the coffee bag.
They're a coffee bean bag.
Coffee. Oh, excuse
Cafe
me.
do Brasil.
If you gonna, yeah.
Juan Valdez. Only the best come from Costa Rica.
You didn't know? Good to the last drop.
We still got
Okay.
9 minutes or 34 minutes of it.
Yeah, we got to take another break here in a minute. Our last break before. Don't forget, Governor Pat Quinn is going to be with us here shortly. That's Molly's here to
Dress the room up.
make it look appropriate. How can you do that?
Somebody's got to.
Huh?
Somebody's got to.
She should have brought like 2 giant Depends and just slipped them over. And then we would have been just like the Ohio State band.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take our last commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get,
We should talk some baseball.
yeah, we got to talk baseball. You see the All-Star game?
Yes.
I actually enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, and then they try to put my man Wayne right on the hot seat because he threw a couple of nice chunky fastballs down to
94 mile an hour.
to what's his name?
Derek
Who's
Jeter?
retiring- Yeah, Derek Jeter, who's retiring from baseball at the end of the
It's
season.
an exhibition game. He's supposed to groove him. This man is Mr. Baseball personified.
And Wayno gets it.
He's the leadoff batter in the All-Star game.
All right, we'll talk about this when we get back.
Talking Sports WBCP 1580. They're hiring at Wendy's in Urbana. My friend here just made that, there's always an announcement when we come back from break, and the new announcement is they're hiring at Wendy's. What's the address over there? You don't know?
Something.
Sam just found out about 24 hours ago that there is a Wendy's in Urbana.
Been over several weeks. That they've been building since last year.
Yeah. But Sam walks around town like David Carradine from the old Kung Fu show, so he doesn't get a chance to walk to all these,
I just never noticed it.
You just didn't notice it, did you?
Didn't notice it until you're riding past, you see the big Wendy's sign.
Yeah, that usually is a telltale sign that there's a restaurant
He
there.
missed that big building.
Right, he saw the
I
sign.
saw the sign.
He did not see the building and the people in it eating.
But when you look at, you got McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's.
Good choices, huh?
5-star restaurant, all 5-star.
And you got your place across the street.
Porgus.
Bundy has joined us, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's back
The
there.
place across the street, the watering hole. I can't think of the name of it. Ice House or something. You've been there, Sam. No lie.
Yeah.
Sam right now is trying to keep it. Bundy, he knows that the state security folks will be here pretty soon. Trying to keep his slate clean.
Yeah, come on.
Keeping it clean.
Hey,
You don't want me to mention what you said about the sheets.
Let's move on. So, you know, in our last 15
You better
minutes,
leave me alone.
last 15 minutes of the show,
keeping it real.
you know, University of Illinois, you know, Tommy Michaels,
Who?
he was assistant athletic director over at the University of Illinois, hired as the athletic director at Eastern
Young
Illinois.
dude.
Yeah. Tommy been with Illinois for 20 years, not only as a player back in the day, but also as he's worked in the Department of Intercollegiate Athletics for years. And so wish him well, good luck. And now they've taken a local gentleman who's been in the DIA forever, Warren Hood. Hoodie is now running the renovation, because that was under Tommy Michaels'
Right.
watch, and they bumped the budget up.
I was getting ready to say, I understand they don't have enough money to finish the job.
Well, it was at $165 million. They bumped it to $169.5.
Is that a fundraiser?
No fundraising, no golf on that one.
Somebody lying in their pocket.
Well, they said they need the additional money for the new scoreboard and digital screen and some other things.
Are
So
those union contractors?
I would not know. I'm not involved in the hiring
Yes, they are.
and detailing of that, but
Well, they don't.
see, once again, that's why he's here, to clarify those things that you need clarified.
Talk about the sheets.
So the State Farm Center will be, now the renovation should be complete in 2016. One of the issues that came out, and we've talked about this before, is that there are going to be 5 games on not this year's schedule, but the 15-16 schedule. They're going to have to be played away from the center.
Have they figured out where they're going to go yet?
They still have not made that announcement yet. You know, and I think it, you know, in due time, obviously, they will make the announcement. They want to pick one location though.
For all 5 games.
Right. They don't want it bouncing around from different locations. Some people have said Springfield.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm thinking Springfield.
With UIS down the road. Some people have said Bradley with their center over there, and some people have, you know, mentioned Bloomington. But wherever it is,
I think
the venue will be smaller than the Assembly Hall.
Yeah, but I think the one in Springfield holds a little bit more people than the one in Bloomington and Peoria.
Well, the one in Bloomington I think only holds about 7, and the one in Peoria is about 10. So I think you're correct. UIS I think has 12. So in terms of capacity, that might be the place.
Well, the State Farm Center
That's
there.
what they need to go down to.
Yeah. Well, the State Farm Center, when they're complete with the renovation, they're actually losing seats.
Yeah, they're losing seats. That's one of the things that's happening with A section in terms of changing that area, and up in C, because you know they're going to be putting the boxes up there. So that's the change that's going to happen. Yeah. So if you want to get your box, you get on up there.
But I already get tickets for up there. So whatever.
I don't know. I don't think your box. I don't think your tickets. You had the same amenities in your seats that they're gonna have in the box. So I think that's the issue that you're gonna have to deal with.
I understand.
Yeah. So if you want to change up that,
Because, you know, I'll be up there like, look. It's my seat.
now you know Media Day is Monday,
4.
the Big Ten, in terms of football.
That's in Chicago.
That would be correct. Look at you. The concussion has worn off,
Maybe.
or the medication has kicked in.
There you go.
Now, you know, Illinois right now, hope springs eternal, as I said, just like with the NFL, everybody thinks they got a shot. Now, going into Monday at the media event, the questions are going to be, who will be the starting quarterback? Right. I mean, we know the answer. But they're talking about, is it going to be Riley O'Toole, senior, Wes Lunt, transfer, or Aaron Bailey, sophomore.
I'm thinking Lunt.
Lunt, Bailey, O'Toole is your depth chart.
Yeah. I think Lunt doesn't transfer from Oklahoma State
For nothing.
to Illinois for nothing. Exactly. The issue I think that really is going to belie Tim Beckman and the rest of the staff, how much can you get Aaron Bailey involved to keep him here in Illinois? That is to me the $64 million, because Aaron Bailey was a five-star recruit out of Bolingbrook. Five-star recruits don't come to Illinois to sit the bench.
Shouldn't.
They don't go anywhere to sit the bench. Maybe in Alabama, but they know they got another five-star recruit in front of them. If I'm Aaron Bailey, I know this sounds selfish. Usually I'm the guy, Mr. Positive, stay where. No, because him and Wes Lunt would be in the same class right now. They both have 3 years eligibility left.
And didn't Bailey say either after he committed here or right after he got here that no, he came here to play quarterback, nothing else?
Right. And so that's why I think that's going to be the most intriguing part of what Tim Beckman has to face is, does he, the local guy, because that's what Wes Lunt is, down the road from Rochester, state champion. He was doing well at Oklahoma State till he got hurt and then couldn't get back on the field. Or do you find a way, because there's a lot of things tied into who plays in terms of recruiting, in terms of your fan base, in terms of what happens over at Memorial Stadium. Because right now, you think about attendances down in the mid 40s.
That's being gracious.
Yeah, and other than maybe Northwestern and Dyke Stadium, Illinois probably got the lowest attendance in the Big Ten.
That's absurd, really.
Yeah.
To be the state flagship school.
Right. You're right. But butts in the seat come from two things. Winning, but if you ain't winning, at least have an exciting brand of football that people want to come and see.
Well, you must admit, a lot of our fans are some of the most finicky in the country. When you're winning this,
Go down south.
They're not. They're like any other fan base.
when when you're losing, we'd rather stay out here in the parking lot and drink beer.
But that's most fans. Most fans are like that. If the team's not winning, they're not coming. And if you think about the history of the Illinois program, it's like locusts. They may win once every 7 years.
Have a winning season every 7 years.
Right. And so because of that, I think that's the reason why you get on this roller coaster. And you think about the first couple of years that Coach Beckman has been here, things haven't been too good, but it's been like that when Zook was here. It was like that when Turner was here. Every coach that's been in Illinois, they go through 2-3 years of nothing. They pull a rabbit out of their hat for 1 year. They go back down to mediocrity, and then they
get fired.
Yeah, that's been the tradition.
Well, you go back as far as Bob Blackman. I remember many 0-7, and you want to come in and watch the football game? Okay, come on, both of you guys.
Yeah.
That'll make 200 people that are watching.
When you look at it, who wants to come to the University of Illinois knowing that probably in 5 years you'll be out of a job as a head coach? As a head coach.
Anybody that's in a small school in the MAC conference that wants a big payday.
And a stepping stone.
A stepping stone. Yeah.
That's because that's really what you're coming here for. You think about what's happened with even assistant coaches. They've had 5 offensive line coaches in 5 years. What does that tell you about stability? When an offensive line coach says a month before camp starts, I think I'm going to go to Missouri. Because that's what just happened.
Which was his alma mater.
Right. Yeah. But the fact that he left a month before camp.
Well, and even Beckman said that I told him not to do it, but he can't necessarily blame him.
He looked at Beckman
he tripled his paycheck or something like that.
He abandoned his ship early. That's what that is. On the flip side, they just gave Gross an extension to 2018.
2019.
2019.
And they gave him the pay raise.
He went from 1.6 to 1.7. But let's flip it though. if you look at the basketball program, it's about what most basketball coaches do here in Illinois. First 2 years, 20 wins. Okay, went to the NCAA's first year, NIT's second year. Third year, they'll probably go back to the NCAA tournament. They'll probably, win one game. And so he's doing what most Illinois basketball coaches do. He may, in 7 years, find that one Sweet 16 or Elite 8. And so he's going on the same path that you saw happen with Lon Kruger,
Everybody since Henson.
Bruce Weber, Bill Self. I mean, everybody's done that. So what happened with Gross and his bump up is really nothing new and not surprising.
And it still keeps him in the middle of the Big Ten in terms of compensation for coaches.
And you think about what happens with Illinois basketball. Usually Illinois basketball is addition by subtraction. When the top-heavy teams lose, a lot of guys, whether they go NBA early or, like you look at Michigan State. Look at how many guys Michigan State lost. You look over the past 2 years, how many guys Michigan has lost. Indiana has lost a huge amount of players in terms of early entry. And so by those guys leaving and Illinois being able to keep their guys around, that's that addition by subtraction. Wisconsin, definitely the odds-on favorite to win the Big Ten next year from basketball. They only lost Ben Bruss.
Right.
Here we go again.
Yeah, he got him in the Final Four already.
Well, I'm just saying the Big Ten. I won't rest on my laurels, so do some more research. But what happened going back to Gross, he'll probably be in that top 5 group in the Big Ten this year, barring injury or something of that nature. But they'll be a top 5 team in the Big Ten.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But like I said, that's what happens.
Even when you talk about fans, even at the Assembly Hall, I mean, last year you could see it. Last year at games, there were very few people there.
Well, it was because, going back to you talk about being fickle, people aren't accustomed to them losing at the Assembly. And they were losing at the Assembly Hall. And it wasn't like they lost one game during the conference. They lost multiple games.
At home.
At home, and it got to that point where people were like, I'm not coming for this.
Well, and there was a point in time relatively recently that the Assembly Hall, as it was known, as everybody around here knows, was the toughest place in the country to play a game if you're the visiting team. Because they were like, I don't know, 850-1 or something like that at home. So not so much anymore.
Right, and I think that's the area in year 3 that Gross has probably got to really shore up, is having that home court advantage to where it gets back to those glory days where, like Mike said, when a team came in here, it wasn't about whether Illinois was going to win, it was by how much they're going to win by.
Well, with the new renovations, the fan base is going to move actually closer to the floor.
Yeah, they want to try to set up that atmosphere like you have in the Breslin Center in Michigan State, where the IS-Zone folks are really on top of the floor, and I think it gives more of that home court feel when you have your student section a little bit closer. Because right now, the Orange Crush was at the south end of the stadium, and then you got them off to the side, and then you've got that circle around A section where you've got a lot of older fans, grant and aid, folks who write big checks, and corporate seats which are not even being used. A lot of times people will say, why are those seats empty in A section? But those are corporate seats that come with the package of their monetary donation.
Naming rights.
So they make their donation, they get seats, but they don't have anybody to come to the game to fill those seats.
Right.
So, maybe they'll change some seating structure. I just got my renewal email, let me know when to start in terms of cutting my check. I don't know.
But you were in B section, weren't you?
No, I'm at the bottom
of B.
Of C. On the top of B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To him, it looked like B.
Right.
There you go, chiming in.
Good
But see,
point.
y'all gonna be laughing this year when I'm up there in my box seat.
if it is, it's a mistake.
A rafter is not called a box seat. Just make sure we clarify that.
With all
To him, it is.
with all the what do you call it? Amenities.
Right. So when you be sitting up there with your Watchman in your hand and your can of Bud Light,
Binoculars.
but not right. He's like, man, this is just like old
But they're
box
gonna be
seat.
serving alcohol in the simulator? Never.
Yes, they will.
What?
Depends on where you sit.
Right.
Box seats won't get him.
Yes.
You better get you a cocktail. You better get a cocktail at a football game this year.
I won't have my flashes.
They will check you at the door, because I will make sure.
Security.
So be careful on that. But yeah, that's what's happening on the Illinois front.
Okay, anything else locally that's going on? I understand the first string players went to
White Sox.
see the White Sox play.
Went to see the White Sox and the Royals. Great time up there. Fantastic game. It was a 2-1 the Royals. So we got to see the game. It started off 1-1 in the first inning, and then nothing else transpired until the top of the ninth.
One of those kind of games.
Yeah. Royals had a runner on second, 1 out. Single hit to center field, and the guy was gunned. Nailed it to plate. Catcher dropped the ball.
Hey.
Sox lost it.
All right. We was talking about the All-Star game before we went to break.
Right.
Excellent ball game. Adam Wainwright, starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, started the All-Star game and moved a couple of nice fastballs to Derek Jeter, who, of course, is retiring at the end of this year. And Adam Wainwright caught a lot of heat from a lot of people because
they're idiots.
They're
idiots.
Why did he do that? In the interview, Wainwright said, "Yeah, I grewed him a couple."
He said he piped him. Piped him a couple. He didn't say groove, yeah.
But, 94, 95 mile an hour fastball.
Right.
Still got to put the bat on the ball, though.
Exactly.
Number one, you got to put the bat on the ball. Number two, more importantly, it's exhibition. This is why people watch the All-Star game. They want to see Wainwright groove Derek Jeter. They don't want to see him throwing a curve or a slider or some off-speed to try to throw him off. If he can throw 3 fastballs and strike him out, so be it. If he throws a couple up there and Jeter hits a single, double, triple, or even a home run, so be it. Bud Selig screwed this whole thing up, putting value into the All-Star game by saying whoever wins gets home field.
I would have broke him off one.
You're supposed to.
I would have hooked him good.
I think the thing that has happened, I understood what Selig was trying to do, make this thing competitive again, but interleague baseball ruined that.
Right.
Interleague baseball, back when we were coming up, you never got to see it unless it was in the World Series
Or the All-Star.
or the All-Star game. And when it was in the All-Star game, that's why those guys were so competitive. They wanted to beat the other league.
But you must say interleague baseball was so fans would get to see other teams that they normally wouldn't see until the end of the season. Wasn't that the purpose of it?
But it took it takes away now, it devalues the All-Star game. Because the only time you would see a National League hitter going against an American League pitcher was either in the All-Star game or if those two teams met in the World Series. That's what made the All-Star game such a status symbol for the entire Major League Baseball program. But now, if I know the Detroit Tigers are going to play the Cubs, then you don't need to see if Rizzo can go up against Verlander in the All-Star game. You're going to see that either on the north side or see that when they play in Tiger Stadium.
Well, and the other thing is too is all the different, like the Yes Network and all the different Fox Sport networks. You can see any team you want to watch nowadays. Right. Any team, it doesn't matter. If you want to watch a Seattle game at 3:00 in the morning, you can watch a flipping Seattle game.
Yeah, you can buy the MLB package.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
And so, to Mike's point, that oversaturation of the market of seeing baseball, and the fact, like I said, this interleague play, for people to make these comments about Wainwright, and integrity and all. This is an all-star game. That would be like indicting an NBA player for not playing defense in the NBA All-Star
They
game.
should.
Well, and the other thing is you were talking about, everybody was complaining about integrity of the game and all that stuff. You didn't hear him complain about when he set his glove down and walked off the mound,
Right.
so that Jeter could get the big ovation and all that stuff. So just a lot of people need just to shut the heck up,
Hey, everybody's just too sensitive.
even white guys.
I watched the Pittsburgh. Was it Pittsburgh and Philadelphia game Tuesday night? Was it Tuesday night or Wednesday night? One of those. Excellent ball game. I think the third baseman, they had like 15 assists. And these weren't just little old dribblers down the third base.
For the Phillies or the Pirates?
Both third
Oh,
basemen.
okay, gotcha.
Both third basemen.
Pittsburgh's a nice little
Talking
ball
about
club.
line drives, those ones right over the bag where you fall out of foul territory, you get up and you gotta slang it across the field to first base.
Felt like you was at home, didn't you?
Yeah.
Playing third base.
We saw the same thing when we went up to see the Sox, and the Sox have an excellent third baseman. But I talked to Bundy off the air about this. You see now with these pull hitters, everybody's going to this shift that they're running. Do you know Major League Baseball is actually considering banning the shift?
I think they should.
What?
Oh, come on. Just like the other day.
There's somebody in my corner.
The other day.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, let me finish. The other day.
Why you going? Where the wheels turning? Don't stop them.
That's right. That's right. The other day.
You'll run into a guardrail real quick.
The other day they had a shift on the batter right, and the batter bunted down the third baseline.
Colby Rasmus did that, I think.
Is that what it was?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, but the other guy got pissed about it.
Yeah,
The pitcher
exactly.
got real pissed.
He got
They were
mad.
up by 2 runs or something like that. So,
But Ortiz came.
But hold on. My thing is, why don't everybody do it?
They don't practice that.
What? Button?
Yeah.
You do
What do you think
practice,
David
bud.
Ortiz
But,
practiced?
wait a minute, but you just made my point about the shift. If you give me an opportunity, a clear advantage to get on base by leaving third base open,
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna lay one down or do whatever.
Exactly.
But they don't need to ban the defense. Guys just need to be more creative on the offensive side instead of trying to. You've got
Okay, hold on.
on the right side of the second base, you have 4 defenders. No, 5. Center field, left field, second, third baseman's come all the way over, and first. You going against 5 guys
Right.
on that right side of the field. You mean to tell me as a professional hitter,
you can't poke it
you
down
can't
the
hit it down the third baseline?
or the 5.5 hole?
You can't hit it inside out?
I'm bunting.
But to ban the defense is just, to me, that's stupid. That'd be like in football.
Now what?
Oh no, you can't shift that safety over the top so that you get double coverage on the right side.
Can't blitz when it's 4-10.
Right.
You gotta play base defense.
Oh, that's the Pro Bowl, isn't it?
There you go. Exhibition. This is an exhibition. This is trying to win a game.
But if everybody bunted
It
when
makes
they
you.
did the shift,
You would have to stop shifting.
exactly.
Man up baseball.
Right. So that's how you ban the shift. You don't ban it with a law. You ban it by performing your job when you're up to bat with the bat.
I mean, heck, even Matt Adams went to left field the other night when the shift was on. I mean, there's nobody over to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that. Adam Dunn comes up to bat for the Sox. The Royals, everybody goes up. Now, Dunn struck out 2 to 4 times he was up, It looked pretty bad, doing it. He's only batting about 228.
Well, either he's hitting home runs or striking out.
And he doing a lot more.
But that's what power hitters do.
But also, good power.
Ortiz though.
And then you talk about banning the shift. This is not like the shift just was invented.
No, it isn't.
It's been around baseball since baseball started.
But you see, they just doing it more and more this season for some reason or another.
Because it's the in thing to do.
Thank you.
Like in defense, the 4-3 or the 2 deep or the whatever.
There.
When people have success with it, everybody's going to copy it.
That's it. That's it. You think about the NFL.
The triangle offense in basketball.
You saw in the NFL, the Bears went to the 46 defense in 85. In 86 and 87 and all, everybody was blue. Now, basically everybody runs a 46. It's just they disguising who's coming. You got defensive ends who stand up and drop into coverage.
Right.
And you got safeties flying up the middle. You don't know who's coming. But do they ban that? No. Offenses adjust. And when offense adjusts to beat that defense, guess what? Defense have to come up with something else. But for baseball to say they're going to ban that, it's just ludicrous. It's called innovation. But it goes to what Mike always talks about, which I agree with every time. People are just too sensitive and too soft now. Oh, that's not fair. There's everybody over there and nobody's over here, but I can't hit over there. I can only hit over there.
That's right.
This ain't T-ball.
Because that's where everybody at.
Well, hit the ball over there where ain't nobody at.
That's where they expect me to hit the ball. That's the reason why they over there.
Right. It's supposed to
Sometimes
be.
shift will work. They hit in the shift and they get through.
Yeah, I know that happens.
But you're a
sometimes.
professional baseball player. You're telling me you cannot hit the other way?
Nope. Not when they do it in practice. They don't
No,
work.
because see, you got a third base coach down there that's telling you to.
Nobody. We're on radio. Nobody can see that.
Oh,
Right. What? But he
All right.
can't, on TV they can't see. He rubbing his
He
belt
don't,
line.
he don't want a pint. He don't want the half pint.
Right.
I'm giving a sign. I'm giving
You know,
baseball.
I'm waiting on somebody. What happened? It'd be funny.
Yeah, but see,
You put this shift on, hit the ball, run down third base.
And then get on first and stand there. I'm safe.
Yeah. Hey.
you stupid.
T-ball.
That's true. If you put a shift on, you gotta be allowed to hit. If you hit the ball, run to third base.
No. Not because. What would be the purpose
So
of
you
the
better be
ship?
careful. You pulling something off.
Right.
You know.
Don't pull that sheet.
But Bundy then have been out there hitting the mason job. Yeah, they cover that up. All right. Anything else happening locally before we get out of here?
Youth football started. Coach Bundy is sitting right here.
Oh, okay.
Practice has now started.
Yep. It's a big.
You out there abusing our children?
Shut up. It's a big.
Just shut up like it's a secret.
It's a big football tournament next weekend here in Champaign-Urbana at Zon Park.
You want to get closer to the mic?
There's a big football tournament next Saturday and Sunday at Zon Park and Centennial. A couple local teams, Rantoul and some Danville teams in it. So if you ain't doing nothing, come on out and watch youth football. It'll be 7th, 8th graders and 5th and 6th graders.
What time?
Probably start at 8 and run all day.
8 in the morning?
Saturday, yes.
Saturday. And you said Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
So all 3 parks?
No, just 2 parks. I said Zon and Centennial. Where you get the other park at? You in the Mason Jar too?
Wow. Just attack me.
You attacked me earlier. I'm just getting some payback.
Wow. I feel a little sensitive.
Where your ID at?
Take the shift off.
Right. Stop. Move those guys back.
All right. Okay. Is the governor here yet?
He already came and left.
Yeah, he heard us. Like, I'm in the wrong
He
place.
said, screw those guys.
Haven't seen security yet.
Right, they're all outside.
Is the governor here? Oh.
Oh, why are you gonna act right now?
Right.
Like act right for 3 hours.
Right, then somebody say your
Get
mama
on
here.
Facebook.
Now your mama, somebody say your mama here. Now
Hey,
you,
you act like you want to do some work.
it's too late.
Come on now.
No, she coming in the classroom.
Oh, hold up. Kids, we got company. I want y'all in y'all best. Don't have me. You have to pull my belt off.
Yeah, because you pull your belt off, them pants are straight to your ankle. And we don't want to see that.
No, sir.
Hey, as Fred Summers say, I hope he got clean drawers on.
Right. No, I hope he got draws on. We talking about Sam.
You know that's one,
He's a part of the Ohio State Marching Band.
that's one of my military secrets.
That you had no secrets.
I'm going commando. Okay.
Yeah, it's
that's gonna do it for Talking Sports. We do this each and every Friday from 2 to 4, so you be sure and tune in next week. We'll lace them up. We'll do it again. Mike.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Bye. Joseph.
Salmon,
Joseph.
just make sure that those government issued are clean.
All right. Bundy.
Make sure they're white too. Yes, sir.
You stay off one of my sheets too.
Michael.